What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, April 10th, 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all so much. Hope everybody's doing outstanding. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a great Easter. And hope you're ready for this Monday. It's going to pop today. I feel like this moon in Sag making trines over to all this Aries energy is definitely nice. It's definitely getting us out of out of things that we've been too maybe stuck in. Saturn's making a trine to the south node. That's getting tight, tight, tight. Sextile to the north node. Venus is spending its final day in Taurus. So at about 9:35 p.m. on the west coast, Venus is going to enter Gemini. So it'll be 12:35 a.m. on the 11th of April on Tuesday for people on the East Coast and depending on where else you're at in the world. But it is like this final kind of full day here of Venus at this, intense degree and dispositing the North Node in the same sign in Taurus. And this moon making really nice aspects over to Chiron. I think trying to see the bigger picture, all the healing that we've done, giving us the ID card to a lot of, little nuggets. And I think also unlocking the wisdom. So there's so much wisdom that we've had through healing. I think we can really maybe feel that today. We can start to feel like there's more on the horizon. I think today's definitely like not a day where you want to just like stay narrow banded. I think it's like intensely focused on value and on what's next in the chapter. Like we've all finished a chapter in our lives, in our healing journey, in different aspects of our life. There's so much. And we're getting ready here. We're 3/4 of the way to a solar eclipse from the last new moon that we had in Aries. So we are definitely on to what's next. And I think that today kind of feels that way. I think that it's charged up energetically, but in a pretty good way. We're not even going to see the moon square Neptune and like dilute any of this. It's coming off the square to Saturn on Sunday. It's just kind of ready to make things happen. It is quincunx over to Uranus, which again, I feel like we're just having to relate to things that we feel are comforting or are steady in life in different new ways so that we can go about different ways of value. And I think, where Venus has been in Taurus, like we have been kind of taking things slow and kind of feeling things out a little bit. When Venus comes into Gemini tonight or tomorrow morning, for some of you, this is like things are going to start moving really fast. Like I think in terms of the way we express what we need and what we want or what feels good or the certain pleasures in life, they're going to start to come out. We're going to be looking for, more connection at the same token. It's going to start trining intensely today, Pluto, over there in Aquarius. So we're going to see the first Venus in an air sign making a trine over to Pluto in an air sign that we've seen since Pluto Libra days. So like early 80s and late 70s. So like we're just starting to connect differently and maybe see deeper desires or passions or how to bring that frequency in. And I think that there's so much out there that we don't know yet. And I think this moon wants to like see all the possibilities and like bring a good attitude. I feel like we get like today's like a good attitude Monday to see what else is next on the journey or where the quest is taking us. And that everything we've done up to this point has been about opening that box or turning that page and getting ready to identify and write the next chapter. The sun is at 20 degrees, Jupiter's at 21 degrees. We are on the cusp of like the Sun Jupiter day, which is one of the best days of the year. And we get it with the moon dispositing Jupiter dispositing the moon in Sagittarius. Like this is nice. So today's like there's a lot of like grounded sensuality of what the next chapter is going to look like. And we get to like really, I think, meet it head on. And I think if we can go at it head on with a good attitude and like let's go on this journey. Let's make this happen. That like we're just doing huge favors for ourselves when it comes to, I think, seeing the value of the power that we do have, giving it up to something bigger, having faith, and trusting that everything we went through was purposeful to the identification of life right now that we're currently living. And by tomorrow, we're going to start to see these values come quicker, change quicker. Conversations are going to get brought up, So we're definitely in this little zone here. And Mercury, just came to 9 degrees. It's still in that sextile with Mars. So we're still in like this, if we can express how we're feeling, especially if we're doing it from a optimistic inner standpoint or inner vantage point, and do it from a way of being disconnected, or I shouldn't say disconnected, but being not so attached, but open. Today's like, how can we be more open? How can we see what else? And like bring some curiosity, but still with like this like really sensual knowing, like almost that you can feel, like you really can feel, of like what is connected, valuable, what is, what is worth watering in life right now and growing, and what is not. And I think when you can identify what is, and then you put the effort into that, you're going to see things grow exponentially. But where, we have to be honest with ourselves too, and know the truth within ourselves is that if it's not growing, then it's going the other way. And we don't want to put all of our passion or all of our, effort into these areas of life, because almost like a false sense of comfort. So I think we have to be real honest with ourselves and our comforts, but whatever it is, like how do you kind of go about it with a jovialness, a happiness, an excitedness? That will be the ticket and the key to today's astrology, which is getting ready to turn a chapter. So tomorrow's Sun Jupiter day. We're going to see that moon finish up in Sag and come into Capricorn. And I think that we're going to start getting to business here for some of the big gifts, some of the big, I see what I want, and how to amplify these aspects in our lives. Maybe we're already feeling it. It's good. Use this Monday. This is not a day to have like a case of the Mondays, in my opinion. Gotta kind of like just go get it and like be stoked. Today's like a Monday where you gotta wake up and be like, yeah, I'm stoked. It's Monday. Let's go. You'll see. You'll see if you do. It'll change the outlook on everything today. Because sure, we could just get dogmatic and one-pointed in some situation, but we either get to amplify our wounds or we get to amplify our healing. So I say we amplify and explore what can come and the strength that our healing has brought us. 3 of Pentacles. I think it's time to keep up the work, keep going, let's go. We got a lot to build here. There's a lot going on. I feel like she is kind of like looking at it all like with a sense of like, yeah, I can go. I can keep this up. Like let's keep building those things that are really growing and keep watering what's really growing. And it is the teamwork card too. So I think that, that's also where we're at too, is like it is so important to have people in our lives that have a similar direction, a similar path, and have done similar, not the same, but similar work on themselves. 8 of Cups in reverse. I think we can be a little maybe fearful of like turning our back on something. Maybe the whole story of our lives before, we're starting to see like that change, and we can maybe not want to let go, maybe kind of hold on too tight, but like we can turn our back if we feel like we have to. And I think if we listen to our emotions and our feelings about what the real truth is that's amplifying our life, or be real open to the truth of what's taking everything and consolidating it. Each form is asking for a change. And I think if we're adaptable to that, either way, again, it'll put a smile on our face and have us feeling empowered and not entrapped. Queen of Swords upright. What a Queen of Swords card. This Queen of Swords does not look cold to me, which is interesting. Usually the Queen of Swords looks really cold. I think this is like an interesting shift of feeling warm by being intelligent emotionally about certain things in our life, it's like we're seeing above all the mess now. And that's actually warming us and bringing us, closer to what we actually desire. And I think that we do want to have like the sharpness to be able to express what we need and what we want. But I think it all comes from, a warmer place and even like a more happy place that gets us to move away from situations that bring us down today. It's almost like whatever is on your Monday that gives you that case of the Mondays. Why? How can you change that by using your intelligence and by using your will even to change something? And if everything's going smooth, how do you keep building upon what's really working and what's really growing? So I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Monday. It's a great Monday. Enjoy it, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Much love. Peace.